So the good thing about this mall is it actually connects through Youido subway station. So if it's raining or too hot or too cold, you can still just walk through there through the underground if you go through exit 3. So we'll just walk this way and that will take us right to the mall. And the cool thing is, even though it's a 500-meter walk, they've got moving walkways here to get you there faster and without as much effort. So leaving your car at home and just taking the subway, it's definitely a viable option. Okay, we're now making our final approach. Let's take a look. The first area that we walk into looks like a bit of a food court, open foyer sort of area. Definitely a lot of traffic here for Seoul, considering we're still in the middle of a pandemic. I'm certainly not the one to speak, but certainly shows that a lot of people are still eager to check this mall out on its opening weekend. Wow, this area is packed, and something is suddenly different here. Oh, it's a Starbucks. Okay, I just walked into a Starbucks area, and you can tell that the vibe, the feel, you know, from the ceilings being wood, maybe a little more copper, the escalators. There's certainly a different vibe here than the entrance that I just walked in from. So, you know, something seems a little classier, a little bit more luxurious. We'll see if maybe the brands and things in the area are. Starbucks being here to be a starting point of that. Yeah, so it certainly looks like the basement here, it's more of just sort of a young casual shopping experience. Let's go up and check out some of the other floors to see if they're a little bit different. You know, anytime there's a new mall like this, you're curious if there's any cool shops that you've never seen before in other malls or just on the street or different neighborhoods. And I've got to say that the one place that stands out to me right now is I've never seen this before. It's a place called Wineworks, and I've got to say it looks quite classy. It's an interesting bar that's here inside the mall. This is B1 of, I think it's just the Hyundai Department Store, but yeah, it certainly has an interesting vibe to it, and certainly a place that, you know, once the pandemic's over anyways, that I could see myself getting a drink, but certainly looks like a cool little place to have in a department store or in a mall that I've never really seen this style of place before in Korea. Here's another store that I find interesting. Got a lot of interesting old Korean traditional items. This is actually Korean soap. It's got a nice aroma to it. You can see that it's not exactly cheap, but at the same time, if you're in Korea looking for some interesting Korean items, you know, gifts to take back home for friends, then certainly some interesting things. This, by the way, is a bath sponge. Some very interesting natural traditional Korean ingredients. Oh, I love these cookies. These are so good. I've had these before. They are absolutely yummy. Some different seaweed for cooking broths, wild mushrooms. I mean, you know, come to think of it, I've bought soy sauce from this store before because I've seen the same label. So the soy sauce from here, and I've also bought sesame oil from the same brand as well. Once again, it's not cheap, but at the same time, the quality of the ingredients that they use, the process of making their items, it's actually you know, old traditional and very good. See some of the other stuff they have here, like the fermented shrimp for using in cooking. They've also got some interesting ice cream here as well, and old traditional flavors. Definitely, if you're looking for some interesting Korean items, then this is a store that I would highly recommend as well. Yeah, look at that. That looks absolutely beautiful. And obviously, when you're shopping at places like this, they charge a bit of a premium, but certainly the ingredients that they use, the flavors, it's absolutely amazing. I've had rice cake at these stores before as well, so if you don't mind paying a little bit extra to get better quality stuff, it's definitely better than the stuff that you're going to try on the street. When you enter here from the subway station, you enter into B2. This is B1. Let's move our way up to the first floor now. Here it is from the outside. In all honesty, it doesn't look terribly big when you look at it. I mean, it looks like maybe double or maybe triple the size of a normal Hyundai department store, and they're usually not terribly big anyways, but from the inside, it definitely seems a lot bigger. So let's go and take a look at what it's like inside. If you enter on the main floor, I mean, honestly, it's a very different experience coming up the escalator and seeing the main floor compared to perhaps if you just enter through the main floor, because look at this. You can tell that the designers of this place really put a lot of thought into not just creating a shopping space, but an area that can be nice to look at, that has nice aesthetics. So you can see from the little waterfalls here into the ones over there and all the way up. And as you can see, I'm not the only one here that's being like a tourist. A lot of people here for the first time. People like their selfies in Korea. Here's something different as well. This is a store that does not accept cash. A lot don't, I guess, these ways, but they also don't accept credit cards. So how do you pay? This place is all paid for via QR. It's called the Uncommon Store, and everything is bought via QR codes. So you gotta have a cell phone in order to make purchases at this place. Definitely something different here at the Hyundai Mall. Also at their Alt 1 Studios, there is a Andy Warhol display as well that you can check out. So there's clearly more to do here than just shopping. I've got to say, you know, it's modern, it's new, it's well thought out, well planned. It's got the whole green feel, and it's nice, but it's definitely got a different vibe from, let's say, Starfield. You know, Starfield, I'd say it's more for people in their 30s and 40s with kids or with pets. And, you know, it's a little more things to do. They've also got the E-Mart there and things like that for shopping. There's definitely a different vibe, whereas I think here you get the more feel of the trendy young crowd in their 20s and teenagers even having a place to hang out and stuff. So the vibe that I get here, definitely very, very different from Starfield or other malls. I'd say it's quite hip, quite trendy. Still has that new car smell or the new mall smell, which is so far so good. A lot of nice restaurants, a lot of high-end boutiques and fashion stores. Cool things on the electronic side, some new gadgetry and things that are interesting in the mall as well. So I'd say definitely worth a visit, especially on a rainy day, a hot day, or a cold day when you'd rather be indoors than outdoors. I say, yeah, it's a cool place to hang out here in Seoul. And check it out while it's still new and shiny. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the tour. Remember to like the video, and if you want to stay up to date with my new uploads as I post them up, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Thanks for watching this to the end.